This is Natalie and John Shirilla, the parents of Mackenzie Shirilla. They were told that hours earlier, their daughter was flown by helicopter to the nearest hospital. But what they are about to hear from this officer is about to change the path of their and Mackenzie's lives forever.
Okay. No.
What's the matter?
You want to sit down?
Oh, dear.
They say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died?
Mackenzie's boyfriend Dominic Russo and their friend Davion Flanagan were pronounced dead at the scene, making Mackenzie a suspect in a possible double homicide. However, most people assumed this was the result of a horrific accident at first, but as investigations advanced, dark and troubling truths revealed that this was more than simply a tragic accident.
Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
On July 31st, around 1 in the morning, Mackenzie, Dominic, and Davion were at a house party in their town. They decided to have fun and got wasted, which Mackenzie was known for doing. Around 2 in the morning, Mackenzie asked the host, Kelly, if she wanted to take acid with them. This was the first time Mackenzie had ever mentioned taking acid, let alone used it. Kelly declined, and the three of them left the party shortly after. Dominic then drove them to another friend's house, where they relaxed and watched South Park for the remainder of the night. Everything appeared to be going about as usual for a typical college student night out. The three departed at around 5 in the morning to head back home. When Davion asked if he could hitch a ride home, Mackenzie replied that they couldn't because they were in a hurry. However, Dominic persuaded Mackenzie to relax and told Davion to get into the rear of the car, which would ultimately seal his fate. Both Dominic and Davion dozed off and on during the drive, which seemed to start normally. However, suddenly Mackenzie took a totally different route, one that leads in completely the opposite direction to Davion's house, one she had just a few days earlier spent hours circling around. Without any hesitation, she stepped on the accelerator and speeding past street cameras at over 90 miles per hour, and just outside the camera's view was a large brick building. She slammed into it, not attempting to brake. Mackenzie barely survived the crash. However, the other two were killed instantly. It took about 45 minutes before a passerby noticed the crash and immediately rang Strongville police, who quickly sped to the scene.
I was the one that called it in.
You called it in?
Yeah, I saw it. I was coming back from breakfast.
Okay.
And I pulled up to the corner there.
Okay,
And
we
saw
appreciate you giving us a call.
Yeah. Someone in it, obviously?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So.
That's a bummer. I didn't want to get stuck, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Right. No, I appreciate you giving us a call. Absolutely appreciate it.
They fucking were hitting it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Because I saw that front end.
They definitely hit it hard.
Destroyed.
Right.
All right, well, what a way to start your Sunday. I guess better than theirs, huh?
Right. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Upon discovering that Mackenzie was still alive, the police promptly dispatched firefighters and medical professionals to the scene to ensure her safety.
Grab everything over here. We'll just take it back to the property room.
You want me to just take the whole bag?
Yeah, throw it all in there. Anything relevant.
Power up, what?
2 phones. One's dead.
The police discovered numerous packets of marijuana inside the car, along with various marijuana gadgets and mushrooms in Mackenzie's bag. When Mackenzie's parents were contacted, all they knew was that Mackenzie had been in an accident and that this officer had to break everything to them. The tragic news had also to be broken to the families of the 2 young men who had passed.
Babe, what'd they tell you?
Nothing.
Okay, she was life flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay. No.
What's the matter?
You want to sit down?
Oh, dear.
Wait, say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died? I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know a Jacob?
Dom?
No, stop. Let him talk.
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive, okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving the vehicle, okay?
Who was that? Jacob and who?
I think, what's the name you said?
Dom?
Might be.
Oh my God. Stop. Oh my
What's his relation to?
My boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah, then Don was in the car.
Stop. Oh my God. What? Are you kidding me?
It's right now. This is a serious situation.
Don with Curly? I thought the same Don. Maybe it's a different Don. It could be a different Don. Might be a different Don.
What's that?
Does she know about their
No, not at all. We're gonna keep it that way for. Okay, she's getting worked on now. Okay. Call boss. Hey, so she's not gonna be up for a long time. She's in surgery. Oh God, help me! All right, I gotta talk to you one more time. Just gonna let you know where we stand as a police department, okay? Where we stand today, okay? Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off, okay? Drugs in the car.
So she was awake but not awake, so she was
In and out of consciousness. Should be fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD. I know she has a severe leg injury. Like I said, she was speaking, and she had her seatbelt on. Yeah, that probably saved her life. 100% saved her life.
She had a seatbelt up. Oh.
I don't believe the others.
Although highly trained for the job, it was not easy telling the family of Dominic that not only had their son been in an accident, but he had passed away at the scene.
Go ahead and take a seat. So,
You know what time it happened at?
no, we don't. Right now, what we do know 100% is somebody called it in, somebody passing by at around 6:15, 6:30.
Called in, what, the car was just smashed somewhere?
Yeah, so what it appears that happened is they were going westbound on Progress from Pearl Road. They went...
Right here in Strongsville?
Yeah, in Strongsville. That business that's right on Alameda, right where Progress ends, that's dead ends right there. They hit that building. They hit the sign out front and then they hit the building.
Would they fall asleep at the wheel or something?
Don't know.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
So 2 kids are dead, my son's dead, another kid's dead, and
Go
the
ahead.
girl's in the hospital?
She's in surgery right now.
Oh my God, huh, Chris?
I mean, another family member or a friend or anybody that you might want us to call on your behalf?
No, this is a nightmare. Is somebody called in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15,
6:15, 6:30, yeah.
Came upon it, passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is horrible. She was in her car?
It was in Mackenzie's car, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is she gonna make it or you guys don't know?
We right now we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know. So
Weeks after leaving the hospital, Mackenzie carried on with her life as if nothing had happened, assuming that everyone believed it had been a tragic accident. She even went so far as to apply to a modeling agency, demonstrating her complete move past the incident. What was even more unsettling was that when Halloween rolled around, Mackenzie went to the party dressed as a corpse, complete with fake blood smeared across her mouth. Her parents even gave their approval, stating that Mackenzie deserved a little fun. But behind the scenes, the police were not so convinced of the accident story and were running their investigations diligently, trying to find out what really happened that night. And they found out more than they had bargained for. The police needed to find out what happened leading up to the event. Luckily, Davian had an app on his phone called Life 360, which enabled his friends and family to track his movements at all times.
I just want to show you.
Oh no, explain it.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those 2 rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. But I'm just confused on how the back of the sign was messed up. But she went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed
Was after the heartbreaking.
was 90 miles per hour.
So it said it's a recording. Does that play?
So,
I mean, what does it mean? Or just
how it works,
screenshots?
It's just a track. Yeah, it's like my
Okay.
parents have me in a circle so they can see where I go, and it just follows you wherever
Right.
you go.
And Davion had us in.
Yeah,
You can send the screenshots right to the email, and I'll get them all to the detective.
So I spoke to friends that were at the party. I wasn't personally there. I thought that they might have been on psychedelics. Kenzie was the driver, and they said that she took a nap. But if you know psychedelics, that's like a 8-hour to 12-hour, like
You cannot sleep.
yeah, you cannot sleep.
You can see the exact time they left the house. I don't know.
That's mine. So you can just send everything right there.
It was also reported that Mackenzie's car's event data recorder showed that just before the crash, her accelerator pedal was being pushed down all the way. In the meantime, other friends were giving their opinions as to what all this meant.
To me, right here, if you looked at the tracks, and you guys probably have pictures of them, it looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall. And it doesn't say she heart broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history, that they were fighting. I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
It could have just been like a careless mistake. Like I don't think Kenzie, even if she was like at road rage or she was arguing, I don't think her intention was to kill two people.
You're not under arrest.
Dude.
You walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 questions that we wanted to ask you. And so, how long were you guys in a relationship, you and her?
Well, we were all friends in a friend group at first. I ended up dating her for a little bit, like probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably like a month and a half or like 2 months. And then me and Dom found out that she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't like anything official, so it wasn't no hard feelings like with whatever happened. I just kind of was like, after me and Dom found out about that, we didn't have no problems with each other and nothing, but they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off because we were all still in the friend group and stuff. So, and then we kind of just like stopped being intimate, you know what I'm saying, and we're just friends.
So, describe the relationship. What was she like as your girlfriend?
Like, I didn't really have much with her relationship-wise because we didn't date that long, but like friend-wise, like she was crazy. Like
she like mentally just not all there. I mean,
yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like I personally feel like she was trying to kill herself in that crash, and she failed on doing so.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she's put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had like grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she literally put a spell on him. Is what she would tell everyone. It's like she truly believed in that kind of stuff, and she also uses the pendulum, I know too, to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
Do you think Mackenzie has it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she has it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time not lucky to have survived that because it's like she killed 2 people. If that was what she was trying to do, but it's like I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crash the car into the wall.
Angelo Russo, Dominic's elder brother, was interviewed, giving insight into Dominic and Mackenzie's relationship.
You mentioned that anytime Dom would kind of want to break up with her, she kind of would go crazy. Describe crazy, like what kind of crazy?
Like there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word.
What do you think happened that night?
I think, off of what I know and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. They kept not like working out, whatever. They kept making back up. Kenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom. And if she has to let go of Dom, she will not go on living herself. She's pretty much let that be known. You're going 94 miles an hour. You don't have a very fast car to begin with. You were stomping that gas pretty much that whole entire time. There's no brake marks on the street at all. even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick in, you'd slam on the brakes. But to my knowledge, she went straight into it. To me, it seems like they were in a fight. I think that she took it upon herself to purposely crash into that wall. I think that he must have been trying to talk her down the whole time. They swerved off to the right at the end. I think he might have grabbed the wheel towards the end of it, maybe trying to spin him or something. Who knows? She could have been bear hugging it. I don't know. They're hitting bumps too. They're going 90. He could have not, I don't know what's going through his head, you know?
By speaking to friends and family, police build a picture of a toxic relationship, and if not for Mackenzie's continued threats, would have ended. On the 6th August, just a week after the event, police are called back to the residence of Mackenzie Shirilla, with her dad making a serious confession. Mackenzie was not allowed to go to the funeral of Dominic and was behaving bizarrely, creating a shrine in her room and wearing his clothes all the time. She was also constantly posting to his memorial page.
Sarge, I want to ask you first about August 6th. If you recall, that's the day you guys were dispatched to Mackenzie Shirilla's room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset with her dad. We asked the dad to step out and we're trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am. At one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, because she's not, thinking clearly and word for word what he said. I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical. He was pretty upset. She was upset with her dad because, she wanted the lady to go to the funeral.
With all the evidence mounting up, the police feel that this crash had to be deliberate, and Mackenzie is arrested.
Where's she?
Right back there, pal.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it.
Recording mounted. Wi-Fi connected.
Camera started flashing at.
What's your first name? Mackenzie. Okay, Mackenzie, I'm gonna take your handcuffs off. I need all the jewelry and everything to come off, okay?
I can't wear any of it.
No, I need you to take it off while you're in jail right now.
Mackenzie's parents head to the station once they find out she has been arrested and proceeded in arguing with the police.
But I need to speak to my daughter because you guys aren't allowed to speak to her at all. That's from the lawyer. How you guys did this on the weekend is just, all you do is go, hey, there's a warrant for her. We would have brought her right down here with no problem. Unbelievable. I mean, she's 18.
So the warrant was issued today, so we...
Well, you could have made a phone call, couldn't you? You had your creeper out in front of my yard watching.
She can't take any, she's an adult, she can't take any phone calls right now.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter so she understands what her, not to say anything to you guys. If you had to roll out the whole mask to pick up an 18-year-old girl who could hardly walk out of a hospital visit, it's just beyond me.
So we follow the law, and that's what we're doing today.
Then am I going to be allowed to have a 2-minute conversation with her?
You cannot talk to her or speak to her.
Why doesn't she get a phone call? If you arrested her, why don't she get a phone call?
She was just brought in. They're going to process her. As soon as they get the time for her to make a phone call, she will be able to make a phone call.
She's a lawyer. She does have a lawyer.
She is 18 years old and she could speak that.
Yeah, but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and these guys are going to take advantage of her. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her attorney can call us.
Don't ask her any questions.
Mackenzie is tried as an adult and opts for a trial by judge as against having a jury trial. Mackenzie's defense claims she lost conscience, but the evidence the prosecution presented proved that this was not true, and the judge agreed with them, and on August 14, 2023,
This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. You can never forget the visual or audio of this exhibit. It's chilling and tragic. As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching the oncoming deaths of two people, and there is nothing that will stop it. Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street. The mission was death. Mackenzie alone decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion, and she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.